on, Charlie. Charlie, am I going on camera?
That's what she said to me. So let me start this story by saying, last night Amy was in a nice fluffy dressing gown, which by the way has a hood, has cat's ears on it, and she goes to me,
We have never, ever left it this late. Ever. We're normally packed in advance. We're normally this and we're normally that. I've been out in the cold and my lips are chapped. My hands are so dry.
They're so sore.
Anyway, point is, we left there very promptly. It has to be said, when I put my focus to packing stuff up, I obviously get to see what you're doing. She's like,
This could be in here. And that bit could be in there. I've got everything packed in this bag. Took me a while, but I'm happy with it. But I'm not too sure about the branding on the bag.
No, I'm not.
it's extreme, right?
I'm not. Don't
Listen,
lie.
the point is, I look at it and I go, done. That's fucking done. Get that in there. Done. And point being, super efficient way that we left. Croatia has always treated us well, actually. Croatia has been a great place. Very much spoke about this on the video as I went to the hotel for the last time yesterday. Very subjected to the host that you get and the hospitality, of course. But for the most part now, what's time? 10 minutes ago, we departed from the place. Great home. If you're watching this and this is going out in some form, maybe it's on YouTube and it's on this YouTube channel, watch the YouTube video of the tour of that place, because it was a fucking amazing place. And now we are on to Montenegro, and it's a very short journey relative. Be about I'm allocating 6 hours, and it's through you got to go out of Croatia into Bosnia, and then from Bosnia you go into Montenegro, and it's all very close. And there's a potential we can do the drive, Amy was saying, in one tank. But yeah, we're away. Shout out to Vanessa and Denise. If anyone's ever thinking about travelling and you're watching this and you're thinking Europe, doesn't matter if you're driving or not. Driving's amazing, providing Amy keeps us safe and she stays focused. If you need contacts and you're worthy, wouldn't recommend anyone I wouldn't trust. But if you're worthy and you need contacts and you want to get a good deal on some amazing places, because Airbnb will take, rightfully, they'll take a cut, and you can bypass that through networks and people that we stay in contact with. Always make friends, and that's it really. One of my favourite things to do is drive. I would say the drive isn't long enough, but it's going to be, wow, look at that fucking, that is not a usual cloud. Very interesting. Normally it is clear blue skies. I've seen a couple chemtrails in Croatia. There's a very suspect cloud there right now. Either way, Amy, any final words as we're driving away from Croatia?
It's been great here, and I definitely would love to return when the weather's a little bit warmer. And on to the next one.
Yeah. Why'd you say that? Because you got chapped-lipped and dry hands?
Yeah, I'm so sore right now. I'm very sore.
Okay. There's a thing about soreness. You feel sore?
Yeah. Like, you know when you stretch your fingers and like all your skin is like cracking?
Oh yeah, and it feels sore?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about soreness.
What?
Tends to feel a little tender. Could say sore. That's the thing about it.
Interesting.
I wonder if this is the tunnel we were seeing from the mountain. Here it is.
Yeah, it is.
There we were.
We were right up there.
We were up there.
Wow, we were up there.
We were up there, baby.
We were up there. Drive the fucking car safely, Amy. Shit. Nothing much to report right now. Would be good to document through significant parts of this, because going through essentially it's 4 borders you go through, because you have to exit Croatia, border, enter Bosnia, border, exit Bosnia, border. I can't do that without yeah, enter into Montenegro, border. Been doing a fair amount of research on Montenegro. Never really know until you get to a place, so that's one significant factor. One of the things that does look interesting about Montenegro is its size, and that size often means, not always, but often means that you basically, like, everything's squeezed into a somewhat smaller place, and you have loads of little micro villages. And I'm going to find out. It's very mountainous. I guess that's also some link in the etymology there. Montenegro probably relates to mountain. Mountain Negro, and Negro would be black. Maybe it's Black Mountain, I don't know. Who knows? But one of the other interesting parts is Montenegro is a magnet for people that have money. And Montenegro isn't particularly expensive or anything like that. It's not like Monaco, but Montenegro has an environment that really encourages people that own yachts. And I'm looking forward to actually traveling to the bay, getting a feel of that area, and doing some approaching some people. Actually, I want to test out some in life personal cold approaches for some sales and see what I can come up with, because it would be good to, at the very least, create a few contacts. And in particular, right now, I'm looking to find buyers for what's classified as the most expensive coffee that you can purchase in Kopi Luwak. In Kopi Luwak coffee, a very unique type of coffee, and it's quite controversial. However, we are sourcing this wild, so it's not something where so let me explain it, touch on it for a second. Kopi Luwak coffee is a particular type of coffee bean, and you find this in Indonesia. I believe there's maybe other areas in Asia, but in Indonesia there's a creature called a civet, I believe. Some people liken it to a cat. It's kind of a mixture between a cat, a fox, and a fucking mongoose or some shit. And they eat the raw coffee cherries. So if you know anything about coffee, coffee comes as a little, it looks like a cranberry almost. And in typical processing of a coffee bean, they are washed and separated from the coffee bean, or there's other methods where they don't wash them and they basically crack the beans open by hand, crush down the green coffee bean inside, and creates a little bit of fermentation. With Kopi Luwak, this civet creature will eat it wild. It will forage, and eat the coffee beans, the coffee cherries. And then it digests those coffee cherries, and yes, it comes out the other side of digestion, which you might think, fucking hell, shit coffee. Well, let me explain something. When it's gone through the digestive tract of this particular, I'm going to call it a creature, this particular animal, it goes through a fermentation process that then provides this very, very clean fermented green coffee bean. And of course then it's washed, sterilized and roasted, and it's meant to, I haven't tried it yet, I know Nick back in the UK, where he's been in the coffee business for a fair amount of time, he's running a coffee business and understands it. He sent us a video the other day of him tasting it, and he said, you know, it's legit, felt good. Wild source means it's not coming from like farming, keeping them in cages and forcing them to do it. So long story short, that is a product in demand. I'll give you a reference point. In Harrods in London, they're selling a 250 gram bag, and if you don't know what that is, a 250 gram bag is your typical bag of whole coffee beans you'd find in a supermarket. Go down the supermarket, look at a 250 gram bag. They're selling that in Harrods for £500. So dollars, that would be $600, something like that, and euros, that would be a little bit more also. There's a lot of money to be made if you do it right, and you can do it at scale. And I'm personally approaching brands like Death Wish Coffee. 1775 Coffee is a big one. People that are making a lot of money will spend hundreds of thousands on lunch. That's how real it gets, because so much more money is coming in all the time. So if I can find a market in Montenegro for people that might be interested in this coffee, amazing. And on cue, that leads us up to the first exit. Is this a toll?
This is just a toll.
Oh, this is a toll.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Diary end.